A professor's fiery lecture exposing Elon Musk's luck over brains success myth backfires when the billionaire himself walks into her class and solves the impossible equation she'd mocked. But as their clash spirals into a high-stakes collaboration, buried secrets and a shadowy dean's agenda threaten to rewrite both their stories. A college lecture hall buzzes with chatter. Students sip coffee, tap notes, and glance at their phones. At the front, Professor Linda Martinez adjusts her glasses, her sharp eyes scanning the room. She's known for her math and society class, a deep dive into how privilege, not brains, fuels success. Today's target? Elon Musk. Linda clicks a slide. A photo of Musk next to a rocket. Genius, she says, voice dripping with sarcasm. Let's unpack the luck behind this myth. The screen switches to a messy rocket trajectory equation. This problem, she says, is what SpaceX engineers actually deal with. Let's see if any of you self-made fans can solve it. Silence. Students squirm. Then a hand rises in the back. A man in a baseball cap, face shadowed, steps forward. "I'll try," he says quietly. Linda hands him the marker, smirking. This'll prove my point, she thinks. The man, Elon, stares at the equation. His hand darts across the board, solving it in minutes. Then he adds a tweak. This saves 15% more fuel. Just a suggestion. Linda freezes. Students gawk. A kid in a SpaceX shirt whispers, "Wait, is that?" Phones flash. Chaos erupts. "It's Elon Musk," someone yells. Linda's face burns. The man she mocked just crushed her lesson, and he's not done yet. The lecture hall buzzed like a broken hive. Students swarmed Elon, thrusting phones at him. "Is it true you failed college math?" one asked. "Do you actually know calculus?" another shouted. Linda stood frozen, her face burning. Her perfect lesson ripped apart. Elon raised a hand, calm as a teacher. "Folks, give Professor Martinez some space." His voice cut through the noise. The room hushed. "I didn't come here to embarrass anyone. Let's talk." Linda finally found her voice. "You knew the problem?" Elon shrugged. "Rocket equations are kind of my thing. But your point about luck? Fair, I've had plenty. Still," he gestured to the board, "this isn't luck, it's work." A student in a hoodie yelled, "Then why'd you come here?" Elon paused. "Because people like you deserve the truth, not some genius myth." Linda's anger softened. She'd prepped a lecture to mock him, but here he was, humble, sharp, real. "Class," she said, "let's start over. Mr. Musk, would you stay?" The next morning, Linda's inbox exploded. News outlets begged for interviews. Memes mocked her. Elon versus the calculator professor. But one email stood out. "Meet me at the campus cafe. Urgent. T." At the cafe, a nervous student, Tara, slid into Linda's booth. "I recorded everything. Your lecture, the argument, the math. But there's more." She showed Linda a video. Elon meeting a shadowy figure near campus. "That's Dean Roberts. They've been talking for weeks." Linda's stomach dropped. "What's your point? Your lecture? It wasn't random. Someone wanted Musk here. And I think it's about your research." Tara pulled up Linda's unpublished paper on carbon capture. "This equation? SpaceX engineers asked about it last month." Coincidence? Elon waited in Linda's office, staring at her carbon capture model. "Impressive," he said. "Could fix rockets and the planet." Linda crossed her arms. "You knew about my work before today." Elon nodded. "Your equations are unique. But I didn't plan this." He gestured to the chaos outside. "I saw your lecture on Twitter. Thought, why not see the math warrior herself?" "Warrior? You're right. Privilege matters." But so does grit. My first startup? I lived in an office, showered at the Y. No genius skips that grind. Linda hesitated. Then why hide your math skills? Elon grinned. People expect CEOs to be smooth talkers. Let them underestimate me. But you see the numbers. That's rare. Days later, Linda stood in SpaceX's lab, surrounded by engineers. Elon's team had built a prototype based on her model. This could cut rocket emissions by 40%, an engineer said. Linda's phone buzzed. A headline. Professor and billionaire team up? But who's using whom? Elon read over her shoulder. Ignore the noise. Focus on the math. Linda smiled. For the first time, she saw success as messy, collaborative, human. Not luck or privilege, but people, pushing, failing, solving, together. The world celebrated their carbon capture breakthrough, but Linda kept staring at the encrypted file Tara sent. Genius or grit? Privilege or pain? The equation was solved, but the conspiracy behind it had only just ignited.